Let's go to work in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 22, verses 42 to 51. And then I'm going to go down to 55 and enjoy the theology of this message by continuing the story from 55 to 62. We're going to read the King James Version, for no particular reason other than the fact that we're both old. I like language. I learned the language in King James. Let's go right there. Luke chapter 22, verses 42 to 51. When you get here, you've come to the most intense moment, the moment of conflict in the life of Christ himself. The fortress of hell has turned against him. All the demonic legions have come together at this moment. As we come into this text, everything he did before is now on trial. Not just him on trial. Everything he did before is on trial. And everything he is on trial. Oh my God. The disciples were standing around him, staring, watching, thinking they were part of him. But the pressure was so tight. The need was so great. The risks were so high that even the strongest disciples began to buckle under the weight of what Jesus was carrying. We step into this moment, and it's not just there so that we have this beautiful continuation of the history of the circumstances leading up to the crucifixion, but there's an underlying message that I want to take from a very familiar story to build the church and where you are right now. And I believe in my heart that God will answer someone's question today through the Word of God. So I want you to listen along with the King here, with the infinite capacity to understand that God is speaking to you. And he has drawn you out here this morning so that he can sit by the fire and talk to you as a father would talk to his son, so that you can become better, stronger, and richer in him. Are you ready to say, Father, if it is your will, take this cup away from me, yet not my will but yours be done. And an angel appeared to him from heaven to strengthen him. And in his agony, he prayed harder. Pain demands harder. When you are in pain, you must pray harder. When you are in pain, you must pray harder. Without pain, there is no hard work. Sometimes, God will allow pain to bring you to a place of hard work. If God did not bring pain into your life, you would not pray harder. And his sweat was like great drops of blood falling to the ground. And when he arose from prayer and went to his disciples, he found them sleeping because of grief. And he said to them, "Why do you get up and pray? Look and pray that you do not enter into temptation." Oh, I didn't know that prayer was a deterrent to temptation. That if I prayed hard enough, there were some temptations that I would not fall into. Because of my prayer life, that he would lead me away from certain kinds of temptations and deliver me from evil. Because I was a prayer warrior. And while he was still saying, "Look, a crowd. Look, don't just read it. Look." And while he was still saying, "Look, a crowd," the crowd came, scandalous crowd came. And the one called Judas, one of the 12, went ahead of them and came up to Jesus to kiss him. But Jesus said to him, "Judas, betray us, Son of Man, with a kiss. You have no class. You have no dignity. By all means, betray me. You will betray me while being intimate with me. The height of betrayal is to do it with a kiss. You can point to me. You can describe me to them. But you have taken advantage of your access to me. The truth is that I gave you access to me. Now you use it against me and brag to your friends that you can access me until I die and am destroyed." When the people around him saw what was going to happen, they said to him, "Lord, shall we fight with swords?" They didn't know what to do because the crowd had come. They came with torches, weapons, lights, shouting, and terror. The terrorists were fighting against Jesus, and one of them hit the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. Jesus answered and said, "Endure it until this much." Then he touched his ear and healed him. And when they lit a fire in the middle of the hall and sat down together, I'm in verse 55, Peter sat down among them. Oh, wait, how can you cut off a person's ear and then sit down among them. But a servant girl saw him as he sat by the fire and looked at him earnestly and said, "This man was with him." And he denied him, saying, "That woman, I do not know him." And after a while, another saw him and said, "The Lord will also come with them." And Peter said, "My God, I am not." And about an hour later, another confidently asserted, saying a truth, "This man was also with him because he is a Galilean." And Peter said, "The man, I do not know what he is talking about." And immediately, while he was still speaking, the police and the Lord turned and looked at Peter. It was a powerful thing. It was not the Lord had said anything to him. He looked at him. You know, the look that his parents gave him when he was bragging in church. He just looked at Peter, and Peter remembered the words of the Lord, how he had said to him before the ravens flew, "You will deny me 3 times."